Hey there, Ritual here to give a big shout out to you for making it through the hectic holiday season. The magic of those family moments, that was you. And now there's new milestones to prep for in 2025. This new year, check clean, quality pregnancy nutrient support off your to-do list with Ritual. We've done the research to create science-backed pregnancy support like our prenatal multivitamin, natal choline, and fertility support, all designed to be taken alongside each other. But don't just take our word for it. They're also third-party tested for microbes and heavy metals and Clean Label Project certified. So whether you're trying, thinking about trying, or already there, we don't have to tell you that prioritizing yourself can be the hardest part. That's why we're helping you get started today with 30% off a 3-month supply for a limited time at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
30% discount at Stone Stopper by Moonstone TM. Find us at moonstonenutrition.com. Here radio. Stone Stopper by Moonstone TM is a doctor-developed, science-backed kidney health solution with 30 MEq of alkali citrate to prevent kidney stones. Available in powders and capsules. Enjoy an exclusive discount with my promo code moonstonenutrition.com. Here radio to get 30% discount.
Calling all detectives. A small boat drifts helplessly down a fog-bound river, directly in the path of a steamship. That is the situation on this page from my casebook. The casebook of Jerry Browning, private detective. A man like me, Jerry Browning, in my business, private detective, doesn't often get a chance to find out how he really stands with people. It was a dark, moonlit, starlit night. On such a night, an enterprising riverfront gang can board a freighter and in an hour loot $10,000 worth of merchandise. There's been a lot of that lately. That's why I was out on the river watching. I should have turned back when the fog started drifting in, but I kept delaying until it was too late. Nothing ever happens by itself. As I was easing my boat toward what I thought was the shore, the motor quit. There I was, caught in the tide, drifting downriver. It was about an hour later when I heard the ship's warning blast. The ship was bearing down. I shouted. I waved my arms around. And then as a huge shape loomed up out of the fog, I dived overboard. Stand by to lower the boat! Lower away! That's the last thing I remembered until I opened my eyes and found myself on a ship's bunk.
Well, so you've decided to come out of it.
What happened?
You were luckier than you probably deserve. You came up for a second right alongside our boat when our men grabbed you. You'll be all right, long before we arrive.
Right. Arrive where?
Mister, you're going for a ride to South America. This tub has no wireless, and it'll be 6 weeks before anybody knows that you're still alive.
When my powerboat was run down, I was taken aboard a freighter bound for South America, without a wireless. The freighter, the Jane Wymoth, was an old hulk carrying machine parts. I did little work, had a fine vacation, long overdue. In fact, as we were docking in Rio, Captain, how about signing me on? Let me work my way back home.
All right, Browning, I guess I owe you that much for running you down. And if you need some money to cable or phone your people back home...
No, thanks. There isn't anybody who'd particularly worry about me, and my business will still be there when I return. It was almost 4 months after I'd been rescued that we docked once more in the shadow of familiar buildings. I was passing the Red Turtle Tavern on the waterfront. Thought I'd stop in for a glass of beer. I walked up to the bar. Beer! There was a man standing alongside of me. I recognized him. Mitch Fuller, one of those characters who always seem to have a little money even though they never work. Hello, Mitch. How's tricks? Mitch spun around. His eyes bulged, his mouth opened, but no sound came out. It's me, Mitch, Jerry Browning, back from the dead.
Jerry, hey, don't hurt me. I'll admit it. Sure, I was in that stick-up, but I didn't shoot the garage man. You did, you know that?
I put out my hand, and in that moment, Mitch's feet took wing. He went right through the door, kept on going. Wow. It looked like there was work for me to do. At first, I had to get some money. I want to cash a check, but since I've been away quite a while, maybe you'd better first tell me what my bank balance is.
Certainly, Mr. Browning.
The teller came back about a minute later.
You have a balance of $2,312.74, Mr. Browning.
$2,300. Where'd I get it from?
Really, Mr. Browning, I couldn't say, except that we never make mistakes.
I cashed a check for $100, went out of there in a daze. There was a police car coming down the street. Lieutenant Dawson of Homicide was at the wheel. I called out, "Hey, Dawson!" Dawson swung around so fast he sideswiped the car up onto the curb. He jumped out and...
Jerry, are you really alive?
Sure I'm alive. I've been in South America.
Mitch Fuller came tanning into headquarters a while ago, claimed he saw your ghost, and you told him to surrender in that garage shooting. When I heard your voice, I wondered what I'd done wrong.
Probably plenty. Listen, Dawson, something funny's going on. When I left, I had about $400 in the bank, and now my balance is over $2,300.
You, don't say. Just remember, Jerry, you gotta see a man about a case. Bye.
I watched, perplexed, as Dawson climbed back into his car and drove off. Then I shrugged, took a taxi to my office building.
Yeah, I'm talking to Jerry Browning. You owe him $200 for some work he done for you 2 years ago. And if you don't pay up, a couple of the boys is coming around to see you. Okay, you got until Wednesday morning.
My friend Louis, the ex-burglar, dunning clients who hadn't paid up. You'd be surprised how many of those there are. Louis pushed the phone away.
About time you showed up, Jerry. Getting this place in shape and taking my restaurant business.
Well, at least you didn't think I was dead, Louis.
I figured you was hurt, laid up someplace. Couldn't get in touch with your friends.
I couldn't bear the accusing look in his eyes. I see what you mean, Louis. But don't tell me you collected $2,300 for me besides paying my rent and other expenses here.
Well, yeah and no. You see, Dawson and a couple of them other cops, they come around after duty, and if the cases come in, little stuff, they take care of it for you, and then I send the bill. Yeah. And I collect, too.
Louis got up.
Well, drop into my joint for a fist burger sometime.
Yeah, Louis. Sure. And thanks. I went over, sat down at my desk. And the way I felt was the way any big heel feels. A man who thinks he's poor because he hasn't got much money, when all the time he's got $1 million worth of friendship. Like I said, it's almost worth getting killed to find out what a fine place this world is in which to live. Listen next time to Calling All Detectives. Mystery drama, mystery quiz, and a chance for you to match wits with yours truly, Jerry Browning, Private Detective.
Other shows we have for you to enjoy at myclassicradio.net. The Avengers was most certainly not a household name in South Africa prior to the radio series. With no national television service until 1976, the mechanism simply was not present in the country to show television programs to mass audiences. While many other countries reveled in the filmed adventures of John Steed and company, South Africa was not equipped to join in the fun. The series took Britain by storm and made a major impression in the American markets, being that greatest of rarities, a British series given a network transmission slot. However, as a film series, rather than a videotaped one, The Avengers was able to gain a modicum of exposure in South Africa through film rentals. Come and listen at myclassicradio.net.